बहुत जल्द दिवाली के मौके पर अजय देवगन की फिल्म सिंघम अगेन रिलीज होने वाली है। ऐसे में बीते शाम मुंबई में हुई उनकी पहली फिल्म सिंघम की स्क्रीनिंग, जहां अजय देवगन और रोहित शेट्टी बने खास मेहमान।
It's up to the audience, and I think with Singham, gradually it became a cult film.
Yeah,
When it had started, it was just an action film what we made,
right.
and throughout, with time, it's become cult because of satellite. I think
Yeah,
people have started watching it
watching
again
it
and
over
again.
and over again. Yeah,
Now, like if a cop does a good job in any state or any city, it's like he's Gujarat ka Singham, he's
That's right.
UP ka Singham. So I think, and as you say, it's 13 years, and even we don't feel it like it's been 13 years now.
How do I remember? In fact, we were baking something else. That's what I remember. And Rohit had locked the script and we had finalized everything. And I remember I was shooting in London for another film. And he called me up. And as soon as I was supposed to come back from London, I was supposed to start shooting with him. And he called me up and he said, I've got a fabulous script. Let's change what we are making and let's make this. And on the phone in 5 minutes, he narrated me the whole idea. And I said, okay. And as soon as I came back, he was already in Goa. And I just reached Goa from London and we started shooting.
See, when we were making it was first of all, Singham was done by Surya earlier,
Yeah.
and that's how we saw the film. And then we made our draft for Hindi audience. And when we were making the first film, it was just an hardcore mass action film,
right.
like we were planning to, and it was not an agenda that we want to. But yes, definitely, during the making of the film,
Yeah.
we did interact with a lot of cops, and how they what they go through, and that was little. I thought that this is something which we should tell the audience and show the audience like their side of story,
Yeah.
their personal side of story, and that's how it all happened.
That's something we are very grateful for. When the original Singhams, the cops, they recognize us. But that also gives you a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
That, little things also. Earlier, when you were younger, you would jump a signal or something like that. Now, after, this kind of respect when you get, you're very, very cautious that intentionally you should not be making any mistakes.
Right.
So I think in a way it's good also, and a lot of responsibility also comes with it.
When we were writing the script, the climax of the film, we thought, okay, it's an action film. It has to be like
Yeah.
a lot of
Big action.
Scorpios and a lot of people and a lot
Many
of
cars.
fighters and all that. And then we were like, it's not working. And you will not believe, then we wrote this thing and we shot in one day.
The whole sequence.
The whole sequence we shot in one day in Goa. So it was like we started writing it, and it was just like the flow was like, okay, I think this will work because people will think that there will be an action climax, and let's do that this way.
Right.
That's how it happened, and it clicked.
Wow.
Realize that things are working, and you also realize when the things are not working. Yeah, so somewhere, I mean, 99% you're not wrong in that it's working or not working. Deep inside, you feel that. If it's not working, you know when the film will release, then you will know that. But most of the time, you get this inclination that we've gone wrong somewhere.
Genuinely, we had just written because those characters, both Singham and the villain Jaikan Shikre, they were Maharashtrians,
That's right.
and it became an iconic line.
Yeah.
And he just says that line once in the film.
Right.
Otherwise, it's told by the villain,
Correct.
by Jaikan Shikre throughout the film. And we never thought it was, for us, it was just a line, and it became again a line which like everybody says now. It's like we never thought about it. No.
No, at that moment, it was just a line.
Just another line.
It's you deliver a lot of lines and you don't know what the audience will lap up.
Yeah.
So it was while doing it, and it was just a line, and it became a cult line.
Pose, I think it was in the song. Ganesh Acharya had done that, and then
And it just
I think I'm telling you, nothing was planned.
Wow.
We were just making a normal mask because we made 3 golmals by then. We had
Yeah,
done
by then.
all the best by then.
Correct.
and we were doing Bol Bachan after that. So it was all comedies we were doing, and then in between we thought, let's make an hardcore mass action film. And while making it, we was like, if we go wrong, because nobody was making mass action that time, we have Bol Bachan, and that will save us.
Right.
So we never thought that it will become such a big film or it will become like a cult.
You would never plan a super hit film. You only try to make a good film.
Right.
Super hit happens.
But we never thought into a universe. It was just Singham Written was just another
Sequel.
sequel. When we were making Simba, that time we thought, okay, let's try this. And that was the first film where
Yeah,
this whole universe thing started happening.
No, not really. It's just that after one released, and then the kind of response we got from the audiences, especially I think it was very strange for the first time in my life. Also, I felt in like a typical action masala film was liked, and the character was loved by kids and by women.
That's right. Yeah.
I think that was the first time it happened that a character like this, women started liking. I think it was a character women thought that if you have a man, it should be like this.
Right.
So I think that's where we realized that, see, in men it would work, yeah,
Right.
because it's an action film.
Yeah.
When it started working in kids and in women, that's where you knew that there's something right with the character.
Simba, obviously, when we were doing Simba, I came to him like there is, I think, let's merge into it and make a universe in our country also. Let's see. There was a risk if Simba would have not worked. Singham was coming in that film,
Right.
and was Suryavanshi as well. So again, it was like a risk we took, and it worked. And then it was like in our in Hindi or for the Hindi audience whether they'll understand this thing.
Right.
अच्छा Singham कैसे आ गया इसमें? अच्छा अब ये कौन है? But it worked for us, and then after that we all started making universe out of every genre. I think making a commercial film, convection is the only thing which works, because other than that everything is against you.
Yeah.
Where logic is concerned, or where a segment of audience is concerned, it's a risk which you take when you make a commercial hardcore mass film. It's risky,
Yeah.
and it will always be risky. But we've been fortunate enough that it has worked in our favor.
And I think it's also step by step.
Yeah.
I mean, you take a baby step, like we did one, and then we realized there can be a two because we got this kind of response. Then after two, it was a baby step that let's do Simba and then merge Singham in it, and then it's like as the audience starts accepting things, you take steps. So and you reach a point.
And I think honesty is also very important in that. Like we can't just because people love the character, we can't make the same thing again.
Right.
With like the budgets are like 10 times more
Correct.
for Singham again. The scale is 10 times bigger, but that is what we have to work on now for the audience. When you see the film also, like there is one more growth where Singham takes like what we are talking about,
Right.
like how the universe will expand. It's there is a hint of that in
Okay.
that film. And coming back, that's what I give as example to a lot of other actors, especially in today's time. Like you can't make a golmaal.
Right.
Like there have been times like we narrate a scene and he will tell me कि अरे ये Kunal को दे दो.
Right.
Kunal will let he's one actor who's always worked for the film,
Yeah.
not for himself.
Right. How rare is that, Rohit?
For me, it's the rarest. Keeping the new generation in mind. Rest I don't know.
No, I think people who think that we are competing with each other in a film, they are in the wrong business.
Right.
Because the idea is that eventually the film matters. And if the film works, everybody is appreciated. If the film doesn't work, nobody is appreciated. So you should do what works best for the film. And that can only happen when you are working for the film and not for yourself. So I think some of the people who don't think like this, who are in this business, should not be there.
Not handling them, obviously, keeping the budgets in mind, keeping everything in mind, keeping the screen like in the climax, all of them are together.
Right.
So yeah, it was. I would say it's difficult where production is concerned. I'm not talking about them being on the set together.
Right. Right.
I've been fortunate enough that they all were friends and we had a great time where everyone coming together is concerned. But yes, I think we had a team of around 1,000 people when we were shooting the climax.
Wow.
Like if you see the climax, the shots, the few shots are there. Like the team from South Africa was there, who shoots Fear Factor for us.
Wow.
They were there. The team from Bangkok was there. My team was there. So we all came together for the climax. And I think the experience what kids will have now when they watch Singham against climax is like something like I'm very proud of.
Yeah.
It's turned out really well.
The stakes are getting very high, so you have to be very careful. You have to be sure of what you're making. Uh, but film industry is all about risk.
Yeah.
So that risk factor will always be there, and you can't run away from there. That and also in today's times, you have to deliver. You have to deliver something big, something for big screen, uh, or you're going to fail. So you have to take those risks.
The ideas like how to take it forward. Uh, was the time Kshitish Patwardhan came to me, who's done part screenplay also. He came with this idea. It was his story, not mine. Okay, what if we do like that? And he had a graph of characters, like if we take this journey forward. And what's interesting is when you see the film, it's this Ramayana, but we traveled all the way. We shot also all the way from Maharashtra to Sri Lanka. So actual locations where it had happened, we shot there. So that's how we connect. It's not just we are just telling a story that like everybody knows the story, but many of us don't know where it happened. So I think that's the unique point in this film. I've been assistant when Sir and Akshay were together in Suhag. I just saw a photo of dono ka few days ago, which was clicked at Khalsa College, and I was an AD that time. And then we have a Suryavansh's picture, like when I was directing both of them. So, I, and obviously Ranveer is like family. They have done all of them have done Simba and Suryavanshi together. So it's like, and I don't think now when you're making a universe, everybody knows that what they are doing, and they won't be there won't be a screen time, equal screen time for everyone when you're making a universe out of a film. So I had no issues at all. No, no. What my experience have been with any youngster, like any that they at some point of their life they want to do a Golmaal or a cop universe or an action film. So for me, it's like, I can see that in their face, like, okay, I want to do this. It's like it's like a tick mark kind of a thing. You have grown up
Rites of
watching.
passage. Yeah, you have to
You
do
have
a Rohit Shetty film.
not a romance. You have to do a commercial film, and I we had a great time. Like I had no issues with them, and obviously Tiger was quite excited, and then we narrated his the character to him. Deepika knew it from the beginning. Uh, 2 years, 3 years ago, she knew that this is the character will be. So Arjun was the last one, like we finalized, and even he was like, it was something for him. With like, it's totally a new thing for him. Yeah.
So it comes a little easier because you've done two, but yeah, you can't take anything for granted. You have to be ready for new challenges.
More than that, I, what I believe is like when you're watching a trailer, you should know what the story is, and then you decide whether you want to see the film or not. So that honesty needs to be there. So for me, more than anything else, it's the selection of audience, like because they'll be coming and paying us their hard-earned money. So you see the promo and you decide for yourself whether you want to see this film or not. And the main criteria, and now if you see, like we do a promotion of 21 22 days, it's not like 3 months and a lot of city tours and all that. So it's better to, like, we had 3 units, like we have decided 2 or 3 units will come before the release, and that was the first one. And you have 5 6 actors. If you give 30 30 seconds also for each, it's yeah.
He loved it. He actually really loved it. I think he must have seen it 500 times.
Oh wow.
And he's very honest with me. If he doesn't like something, he tells me, and he's very critical about my film, especially.
Okay.
So when we are concerned, we are involved with the film. So our judgment, I would say, does not matter much. But when I first saw the trailer, I really loved the trailer, and I was just hoping that the flavor of the film, which is stay true to the film, that the Ramayana should come across, which comes across beautifully in the trailer.
It is our biggest.
Looks like that. Yeah.
Means what we have done till now, it is our biggest for sure. But I can't claim that this is the biggest ever. We've really worked hard on it, and like we've tried to create something. And I hope that people will like it, and I'm pretty much sure, in fact, that they will love it because we have done it honestly. Like we worked really hard on it, and it's we are not trying to get a Singham ban gayi thi, Simba bhi chal gayi thi, Suryavanshi bhi to ye aise kar lete hain. So it's not like that. Like it's been a tough journey for us, for the whole team, and today when we see the film, like we are very happy with the whole journey. Adding is very important, I think, to the same thing. I know that the whole euphoria. And there is a set format, if it is a Singham or if it is from the cop universe, that you're coming here to enjoy. You're coming here for the to clap on the entries and on the action. So definitely those things are always there back of your mind, and you shoot accordingly. And you always, there is one thing that you always feel is like how to make it bigger and better for the audience. You know that the kind of reaction they will give, like how you put it, you present them in a way that they feel more happier.
No, obviously, give them what they want, but in a new manner. It has to be put in differently, so that they feel that they're watching something new also, but they're getting what they want also.
This is our fifth Diwali, I think. We did Golmaal Return, we have done All the Best. We've done Golmaal 3. We've done Golmaal again, and we have done Suryavanshi. This will be the sixth, in fact. Sixth film of us is coming on Diwali.
We all, I hope, enjoy a great Diwali, and you guys enjoy a great Diwali with your families. Watch this film also, and we enjoy a great Diwali with our families, knowing that the film is doing very well. And that's what this Diwali is all about.